All right, so we're going to go into the dashboard of our lead site. Today is going to be specifically focused on the InstaFarm app. I know we've done one in the past. I just wanted to do an update on it and do a little bit of some make-believe work on one of them on the demo here, just because the UI has changed. So things will look a little different. They'll also work a little differently as well because we have added some features to the InstaFarm app. So we're going to navigate to the app section of the dashboard of our site. Once it loads, the InstaFarm app is going to be found in the second section titled SEO and Content, and we're looking for the same old chicken. And what the InstaFarm app is designed to do is it's designed to be a digital version of what you'd be talking about to a client in the backseat of your car as you're driving to a listing in a specific area. Not only are people looking for the listing, but they're looking for the amenities, they're looking for the features of the area that the listing is located in. So obviously, as you're driving, to and from listings, you're kind of explaining to the person, what makes the area special. On the way there, maybe to the left-hand side, you have easy freeway access to an interstate or a freeway. You may have a really good park that's pet-friendly on the ride there that you want to show them, a good uptown shopping center, sports pavilion, historical things, anything you can think of that really highlights the area and what makes it special. That's what we want to definitely be adding to our pages, to our farm pages. As I go to the InstaFarm app, you can already tell if you're familiar with how it works, it's changed a little bit. You can create new InstaFarm pages just like the old app was. The cool thing is now you can view your garbage can. So if you did make the mistake of removing one or deleting one, you can go back and take a look at what you were creating. And now we have a really great search bar in the event that you have more than 10, as well as you can sort them from oldest, newest, and in alphabetical order. Before I get started on how to create a new farm page, I wanted to show you folks on, let's say, an older one like Albuquerque, New Mexico here. If I highlight edit, it's on an old template. It's on the old InstaFarm template. Not only did we give you folks a new UI, but we did give you different templates, 2 different templates to choose from for the InstaFarm page on the front end that potential leads and clients are viewing. I've added a bunch of content here to this one already that's saved, but what I wanted to show you folks is it's on the modern InstaFarm template now. In the event that you didn't like the new modern template or you wanted to spice things up and change it, you could definitely go back to the classic InstaFarm template if you wanted to. So you can adjust exactly what's on these pages and how they look on a template basis, similarly to how you choose a template for your brag wall or your team page. It's the same idea. What we can show you too is, I can just do it on this one since we already have the content in here. All of the fields are still the same. It requires a title. It requires the city and state. If you have a YouTube video, that's all required. Your menu name, if you wanted to check it to your menu, but everything's been done in the editor itself where it makes it a little bit more user-friendly for you folks. So not only do you have the same buttons that you did, they're just larger and easier to see what's going on. You still have the extended toolbar as well. So if you wanted to change the text color, the font, how you wanted it to lay out, and more importantly, the IDX shortcode is still available for you folks to use as well. Adding pictures is the exact same way. The difference is that we changed it from a square or a circle to a square. You can adjust how you want it. Again, when you upload files or images, you are connected to Pixabay. So if you're working on a farm area that you don't have pictures for, you can always search in Pixabay's database, which is super cool. So New Mexico, whoops. And maybe I want to talk about hiking in one of my featured areas. So let's see if there's there's White Sands, there's Shipyard Rock or Shiprock. I can't remember what it's called. Some very southwestern things. There's Tent Rocks right there. So we're known for all of our hiking and camping and great outdoorsy stuff. So that's something that maybe I might want to download and highlight. The featured sections are still located in the exact same spots. What the featured sections are designed to do is they're designed to highlight a very specific thing. In this case, I did a discussion about the International Balloon Fiesta. It's tough, right? In some areas, for instance, New York, the state of New York has some of the best school districts in the country, almost the world, let alone the country. That's a feature, right? That's something you'd want to highlight. In the event that you live in a place that maybe doesn't have the best school districts, I guarantee you there's something else that makes that place click, that makes it work, that makes it beneficial to society. So include that. New Mexico doesn't have a good school system, so I'm going to swap it out for the Balloon Fiesta because everybody knows about it and everybody wants to be near that action. So that's something that I kind of talked about here. And then I talked about the clash of cultures with New Mexico between the Native American lifestyle, the Spanish Inquisition, and then obviously future immigrants coming to town. So the nice thing that makes New Mexico different than other states is it is a true melting pot of culture here, which is really, really neat. So I talked about that. Footer and call to action, last minute little call to action, kind of just saying that you're the best agent. If you want to call me at this number, that type of stuff. And then finally, we have an extra information in IDX shortcode section where you add the listings the same way. So the UI has changed to where it looks a little different and it's a little bit more clean and easy to use for you folks. The difference being that this information is now being, you have the choice to choose a template. And again, all of the SEO tools are there for you to work with as well. So your SEO score bar in the right-hand corner of the site or of the page that you're working on will go up or down in real time, letting you know the likelihood of this page landing on a first or second page search result on Google once they index the page properly. So this will help you. It's a hand-holding exercise. And then again, towards the bottom, we have the Find Me section, and it's this big black box. This will auto-populate when you're typing the page up, but in the event that you wanted to change metadata for the page, you could adjust it here. And again, we're looking for a focus keyword and adding it a specific number of times to the content that we've created. The trick is to write for the robot, but sound like you're writing for the human. And that's where we've come with this nice little middle ground here and these cool little crazy gamified versions of how to type information up. In my case, I may want to work on adding maybe 300 or so more words to this farm post or this farm page just to kind of bump it up in Google's eyes. I have one page link. I might want to throw in another link maybe to the university. I might throw it about, the forestry department and all the different hiking trails and things like that that are available here. And then we have some Google-friendly tips at the bottom that we want to make sure we're including. So general rule of thumb is, start from the tippy top and work your way down the list. It's asking for specific things. If you do not have it, that is okay. You can always come back and add more in the future. Any questions about InstaFarm? And Chris did say we hope to add more templates in the future, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, Chris, did you show them how it looks on the front end?
Yeah, that was going to be my next
cool.
to show them. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. So this is the back end. This is the UI. What Chris brought up as well is what it looks like on the front end of the site. So we'll show two different ones. So the New Mexico one, we'll do a classic InstaFarm template. Hopefully it lets me save it. Sometimes the old demo site struggles. So I'm going to preview the front page of this New Mexico one with the classic site. So this is what it'll look like to readers, and everybody's familiar with this. It's very simple looking, right? We've got our Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta video. I've got a nice picture in the background that I've added as my featured image. And then it's got all of the content in there that I've typed up and the listings for sale. In this case, I use these from California because it is the demo site, but you get the idea of what this will start to look like. Now, if we change this information and we change it to the modern InstaFarm template and save the draft, and then I'm going to preview it. This is now what it looks like on the front end of the site. So the first thing you'll immediately notice, it's going to pull up the specified area that you've typed up. So it has a nice, unique map to kind of give people an idea of what it looks like. And then the video is nestled right underneath the title. You click it, and now the individual can check it out. So there's a lot of user interaction here, which is really, really cool. When the user interaction kicks in, they tend to stay longer. So that's why you always want to add a video. You always want to add this content to it. In this case, I used a video of the Balloon Fiesta. In your guys' cases, if you don't have content like this, what you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure to strap a GoPro to your car and just cruise down Main Street. Do a little 2-minute, 3-minute video or a slideshow with you kind of explaining what makes the area so special. The video content is always going to help people stay on the page longer, and it's also going to help with conversion. So make sure you're adding videos to your pages. And then I've got all of my content here. And then what's cool is we've separated it out now that listings will start appearing higher up on the page, because obviously that's what people want to look for. And then some more content comes in with the featured image, as well as the content that I've added with a nice scroll bar instead of a timed photo mode, I guess is the best way to put it. And then, you know, the last minute call to action as well is located there, along with some similar properties that are pulling up as well. So the template changes completely. So the nice thing is you can adjust how this looks across the board if you really wanted to. You could, you know, stagger it. One's a classic, the other is the modern template, classic, modern. Or if you want to do all modern, you have the option. And like Chris said, we're coming out with more templates, you know, on a monthly basis. So eventually we'll have a couple more in here that might help you out. With that said, we are going to wrap up today. Thank you folks for hanging out with us for the last 10 minutes, and we will chat with you folks next Wednesday. Chris and I will brainstorm what the next class should be, and then from there we will see you folks and help you out. Look forward to chatting with you. Thank you again. Reach out to us with any questions, and we'll see you next week.